Hey, geometry students. Oh, let me move myself over here. So I wanted to show you a little bit of a walkthrough of how to do our three transformations on Google Slides. Hopefully you just practice this. The first one is just translating. If you click on something and drag it, that's a translation. Easy, done. All right, reflecting is a little bit trickier. If we want to reflect, we're going to first use the line tool up here to add a line of reflection. And we'll make it easy. We'll add a vertical line. If you want to change the thickness or the color or make it a dashed line or something, you can do that as well. Then we're going to select the sofa and we're going to copy it. There's two ways of doing that. Actually there's three ways. You can use keyboard shortcuts if you know them. Control C and Control V are the usual ones. If you know how to right click, which on a Chromebook is if you have one finger on the trackpad, clicking with the second finger while leaving the first finger on there, you'll get this menu. You can copy and paste it. The other option is to go to the edit menu and click copy and then paste. And you can see you get a second copy of the sofa. And for this, Mr. Tillis and I have grouped the letters with the sofa so the whole thing comes along. But you can see I've moved the sofa, I've translated it, but it's definitely not reflected. So I'm going to need to, once again, right click, or you can go to the arrange menu and go to rotate, which is not reflect. But in there, we have flip horizontally and flip vertically, and you can choose whichever one works for you. And there you go. Now I've flipped this horizontally, so I'm going to place it over the line of reflection in the right place. And Google's pretty good about showing me, right here, I've got the middle of my couch lined up with the middle of the original one. I want to make sure they're the same distance. I'm just eyeballing this, right? I'm looking like, oh, what's this distance? What's this distance? Looks about the same. Google will actually sometimes tell you about distances, but it's not doing it right now. And then lastly, I need to change these labels so they are the prime version. So I'm going to click. Sometimes you have to click a couple times or right in the right place to add our prime to each of these point names. So E prime, S prime, R prime, and G prime. There we go. And that is a reflection. For rotation, we have to do something a little bit different. First, we have to create a circle. So up top here, there's a shape tool next to the line tool. And in shapes, we are going to select a circle. And this is actually an oval tool. So you can make a very narrow oval, but we want to try to make as close to a circle as we can. And then we're going to want to change our fill, which is this little paint bucket up here, to transparent so we can see through it. Next to that, again, you can change the color or the thickness or whatever. Oh, I don't actually want that. There we go. And then we want to line this circle up so it's going through just the two corners here, points A and R. There we go. Next, we want to copy the bed and paste it and move it somewhere else. So you could use that rotate menu to rotate 90 degrees, but you can also just take this little nubbin here and you can spin it to whatever angle you want. So let's say I pick that angle. Now I want to line this up on my circle. That's pretty good. You'll notice in this case, though, we did not have the letters come with us. So Mr. Tills and I, if you are making your own furniture, couldn't group the letters with them. So you're going to have to either use the text box tool to create your own A prime label. You could also select one of these and copy and paste it and drag it up here and just add the prime in. I personally find the text box is a little easier, so I'm going to add O prime. Oops, make that big enough so the prime is there. And what is this? R prime. R prime. I made my text box too small. But there we go. There is a rotation. Hope that was helpful for you. And ask your teacher if you have any questions.